Hi, welcome to Salt City Knits. I'm Emily, and this is a podcast all about my making life. You can find me on Instagram as Salt City Knits and Yarnbrary, and all my patterns are on Ravelry as Salt City Knits, and you can find my yarn and my patterns at yarnbrary.com. Today I have some life update, some no finished objects, some works in progress, and I think that's everything. And then there's some shop news at the end. So should be a relatively short, for me anyway, episode today, but I'm excited to visit with you. This is Holy Week. And for me, that's a really special time. And so I've been really just loving this week and kind of the religious observances that we have had. And it's been really neat to see those who've been sharing their Holy Week boxes as they've been opening them. That's been a joy. So first off, I cut my hair off. What do you think? I love it. Actually, I really love it. I just was ready for a change and I've been really happy with it. It's been just a few days. Let's see. Oh, it's been a week today, and I've been really enjoying having it shorter. It's so easy to dry and to wash and easy to style. And it's just kind of fun and, I don't know, playful and light. So that's been fun. I got my room clean. Yay. I talked a lot about that last time, and I say it's clean. However, that does not mean that I have gone through all my drawers and all my stuff. I just did the cleaning part of things, and I still have a lot to sort through, but it's been so much more enjoyable in there. And I did get a little bit of before and after, but I'll put it in here. You can tell me what you think. All right, here's the after. Our nightstands are cleaned off and organized. Yeah, that is what cleaned off looks like. Brought up my air conditioner, but I haven't needed to turn it on yet. Tidied up my desk area, other than things that I'm actively using right now. And I've got this box. It's like scrapbook paper or paper crafting supplies that I'm using today. And then organized and cleaned my dressing table and got rid of the dust. Yes. So it's looking much better. So yeah, it just feels fresher in there. And I have a lot of decorating I want to do. I want new curtains, just things like that. But in the meantime, it's a much more pleasant place to be. So that is delightful. And I've been just continuing to work on my health and finding a lot of joy and satisfaction, and also that it takes a lot of time, because when you're adding in exercise and when you are really focusing on whole foods and homemade foods and things like that, I find that I just am putting a lot more time into the things that are taking care of myself. And it's good. It's absolutely good. I don't think that I was realizing how much time I wasn't spending on that. So anyway, it's been really good for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to share, like update wise. I can't really think of anything. Nope. So let's talk about works in progress. So first off, I have my son-in-law's socks. I did show these last time, and I have made some progress. So I think I had already finished the first one last time. I'm pretty sure, yeah. And so this is where I have gotten. I am onto the foot of the second sock, and yeah, just working along. And just a little reminder, I am using this Mayflower sock yarn in the Jupiter color, and it looks like this. Well, it came in one of those like oval balls, but I caked it up. I don't like working from those. So anyway, I'm just working away on that. I've now tried, now that I've gotten through the heel flap and turn and the gusset, I'm that far past the gusset is ended there. I've just now put this to the side so I can work on this when I'm in meetings or things like that where I really need to pay attention. My daughter and I went and saw 3 movies over the last 3 weeks. Not exactly movies, but The Chosen TV series has been releasing their new season in theaters, but they have done it in 3 separate chunks. So one week they released episodes 1 and 2. Then the next week it was episodes 3, 4, and 5. And then, is that right? Yeah. And then the last one was 6, 7, and 8. And so 3 weeks in a row, she and I went to go see those episodes. And the first time I took this sock because I was working on the leg, but the next 2 times we went, I didn't work on it because it was in the heel area, and that's just too hard to work on in the movie theater. I like it if I can just knit, and not have to, I mean, I don't want to have to like try and light anything, like get out my phone and look at where I am and stitches and stuff like that. So instead, I just didn't have any knitting with me in the movies, which I don't usually do. I don't really like to do that, but it was fine. And the episodes were amazing. I really enjoyed them. So anyway, that is where I am on this sock. And I think it's kind of funny where the color change happens really abruptly, because everything in this sock is very much like fading from one color into the next. But because of the heel, here, let's put it down. Because of the heel construction and everything, I get this hard line right there. Not that it really matters. And my son-in-law certainly won't care. As a reminder, I knit these socks on a 2.25 millimeter needle with a 40-inch cable, which is how I like to do my magic loop. And this is a 72 stitch circumference. I did 25 rounds in the cuff and then 85 rounds in the leg, ish. I think that's what I did on the first one, but I also kind of followed the color of the cuff. So when it changed to the darkest gray, that's when I said cuff, but I meant the heel flap. That's when I started the heel flap. So it might be 84 or something like that. And then just a typical heel flap and gusset, like as in all my sock patterns. And working on down the line. So those are coming along. The next one I want to show you is a sock I showed you the yarn for last time, but I didn't show you the sock pattern because it was the pattern from my Holy Week box. And so that had not yet been revealed to the people who had purchased that, but they have all received that pattern and been able to look at it now. And so it's no longer a secret. The Holy Week box was mini skeins. And so the pattern sample that I put in that was made with mini skeins, but this is now going to be the sample for what it looks like. Oh, here I'm all tangled up. What it looks like in a regular sock set. And so once I finish this sample, I will do photos of it and add it to the pattern along with the stripy ones. And then this sock pattern will be released. These are not blocked, so they're hard to see. In fact, let me go grab a blocker just a minute. Okay, keep in mind that this is not blocked. You're just seeing it, you know, kind of stretched out on the sock blocker, but this is the side view of the pattern. And so it has this lacy pattern that runs down the front and the back of the leg with a ribbed panel running down the side of each leg. And then the lace continues down the front. And then I'll turn it so you can see kind of just the lace, the front lace. So here is what that lace looks like. I really love it. So this is my Jordan River socks pattern. And this yarn, I talked about it last time, but this was yarn that I made. I dyed specially for my knitting group friends Christmas of 2023. And it's called When My Heart Finds Christmas, this sock set. I really love it. So yeah, I've been enjoying those. I finished that first sock and I'm this far on the second one. It's such a pretty and fun pattern, easy to memorize. I like how the ribbing flows directly into the lace and into the ribbing on the side. So it just kind of flows nicely. And it's just really delightful to work on. This base is a base that I don't stock anymore. This is a 75-25, but it's a lighter fingering base. I still really enjoy it. It's a base that I used to carry a lot, but I just fell so much in love with my Biography sock base, my 85-15 with the extra fine superwash merino, that I kind of switched to that one. But it's been fun to work with this one too, because it's kind of like my old standard, and I just love that rosy, kind of slightly antiqued pink color with the taupe. Really, really pretty. So I've been working on those. And then I have another fun project that I just started today, and it's going to be a really fast one. It's something that everybody has seen, but I want to knit one of those cute little garter stitch bunnies that you make from a garter stitch square. And so I've just started knitting my square. And this yarn is kind of a really interesting yarn. It is what is it? No, I have to remember what the makeup of it is. It's not one that I have carried in my shop. I'll often order different bases to just kind of try them out and see if it's something that I want to carry. This is one I decided that I probably wouldn't offer in my shop because it's a really finicky yarn. It felts very easily, but it's a cotton alpaca merino blend, and it's got this really fuzzy halo, and it's a DK weight, I think. No, it's probably sport weight. Anyway, we dyed it up, and it just wants to felt really easily. I didn't think that it would do that with that cotton, but yeah, it just does. So anyway, I've had this caked up for a while. I actually have another skein. I have it in this color as well. And so it's just been sitting here. And when I decided I wanted to make this bunny, I was looking around for yarns and I thought, well, that's perfect for my grandson because it's very soft and it doesn't matter if it felts up for him. And I'm holding it double. So I'm pulling from the inside and the outside of the ball. And I'm just knitting a square. I'm knitting this a fairly tight gauge. I'm using a US 4 millimeter. Is that right? Let me double check. Yeah, a US 6. So it's a 4 millimeter needle, US 6. And I'm just knitting in a garter stitch square. I cast on 45 stitches and which measures out to be unblocked about 9 inches. And so I'm going to just knit it into a square and then I will be sewing it into a bunny. So I want to get this done for him for Easter Sunday, just to have a little fun lovey that I can give him. So that is what I am working on today. I've been watching ER again. It's such a blast from the past. I got married in 94 and ER started in 95. So it's so concurrent. What am I trying to say? It's current to my young adult years. I got married at 20. I was a baby. So I was 21 when this show came out. And just to see like the old technology, the haircuts, the clothes, the cars. It's like, it felt so edgy. ER was so edgy and current and like, I don't know, just so like of its time that watching it again, I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes me feel old, but also I'm really enjoying it. So that's been fun. So I've been watching that and working on this little square today. Because it's a tight gauge, I'm a slower knitter when it's really, when it's this dense of a gauge. But I wanted, because I'm going to stuff this bunny, I didn't want it to be too loose and, like really stretch out. So anyway, that's been kind of fun. Oh, also, I am reading 2 books right now that I am loving, both of them. One of them is All the Light We Cannot See, which I know so many people have read and watched the TV show. I watched the series and really enjoyed that and decided I wanted to read the book. And so far the book is just, I'm really surprised by what a great job the TV show did of an adaptation of the book so far. We'll see how it goes. But right now I feel like, wow, that's been pretty faithful. So I really thought it was beautiful and moving and powerful and poignant and heartbreaking and all kinds of, good things. The other book I'm reading right now is Peace Like a River, which has been recommended to me so many times, and especially by my friend Amber, who recommended it years and years ago. And I picked up a copy of it actually at Amber's. She has a little free library in front of her house, and I picked it up at her house. You should definitely go, if you're on Instagram, follow 1000 Posies. It's Amber's gardening account, and she is so amazing, such an amazing gardener. And last year she gave away for free, I think just under 1,000 free flower bouquets from her yard. She doesn't have a huge garden space. She has a nice size, beautiful suburban, yard. And she managed to give away that many free flower bouquets. So her goal was 1,000. And I don't know that she's shooting for 1,000 this year, but she's definitely giving away free flowers again this year. And it's, even if you're not in the area, she's absolutely delightful. So I highly recommend 1,000 Posies on Instagram. Now, all that being said, she has a little free library in her yard. And last year I went to go get flowers, and I also picked up Peace Like a River from her little free library. And I knew, I was like, I know this is one that Amber has told me before. You've got to read it. So I finally just started it just recently. I'm only 37 pages in. And I have to keep stopping and just like let it process because of the writing is so stunning. I was sucked in so fast, but I also don't want to read it too fast. Like I'm kind of savoring it and going slow. It has a similar vibe to me as To Kill a Mockingbird. And I'm trying to analyze why I would say that, because it's not the same story. It's not the same subject matter, and it's not the same setting. I think it is the fact that you've got a child telling kind of a story of his father and his older brother, and like all these experiences they have to do with their community and kind of a coming of age kind of experience. So in that way, it kind of reminds me of To Kill a Mockingbird. The writing though, it's leaf anger. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So I'll get back to you on that. Cause like I said, I'm only 37 pages in, but I feel like I've already like had a meal. I'm having like, I have to like space it out because I'm digesting, if that makes sense. Anyway, good stuff, really good stuff. So how delightful to have two really good books to be reading. I'm listening to All the Light We Cannot See, and I'm reading in paper copy, Peace Like a River. All right, let's talk about shop news. This is like my shortest episode ever. Are you stunned? I'm usually such a rambler, and believe me, I could get started, but I just feel like, here, let's just chat about things really quick and then we'll move on. I finally got April's Shop Around the Corner color dyed. Yeah, it is April 18th. So what a great job I'm doing. Because it's so late in the month, I dyed April and May. And so I'm going to show you the colors for both April and May. And these will both be available through the end of May because I was just so slow in it. But I really, really love them. So first off, for April, the colorway is Shop Girl. And this is the set. I picked these colors because Kathleen Kelly, who is the shop girl, she wears a lot of neutrals, and when she adds color, it tends to be blues. So I wanted to stick in that general range of her color wardrobe. There's some little flecks of black and tiny, tiny little flecks of purple and pink, not much. And then this lovely soft silvery pearl gray. So that is Shop Girl. Oh, I think it's so beautiful. I really love how it turned out. So this is in the shop now for April's Shop Around the Corner colorway. And then I love this one for May. This is Daisies Are My Favorite Flower. Or no, Daisies Are the Friendliest Flower. So we've got a cream color skein with gold, some yellow daisy centers, and little black flecks and accents with this leafy green mini. And I am obsessed over this green. I'm absolutely obsessed. This is a new green that I developed, and I think I need a sweater. Remember how last time I said I wasn't going to make any sweaters? I think I need a sweater. Oh, I love this one so much. Daisies are the friendliest flower. So we have Shop Girl and Daisies are the friendliest flower. And those two are in the shop right now. And they will be available through the end of May. I have a little bit left, by the way, in the shop of March's color, which is Brinkley is my dog. I also have just a couple of skeins here and there for the last 3 months of the Shire. So I have, what, do I have last 3 months? No, I just have March and February. So I have Second Breakfast. And I also have Bilbo Baggins. I'm like, what is it? Is it? Yeah, it's Bilbo Baggins. So those two colorways, it's like 1 or 2 skeins left of each of those. And I don't remember. I think some of them, I think I have some DK, maybe some fingering weight as well for those. So when you go to the shop, you normally would go to clubs to find those colorways. But for the ones that are in past months, those are now into the book themed yarns. So you would just select from the drop down shop and then book themed yarns. And that's where you can find all of my in-stock colors, all my in-stock yarns. You can always look at all items, but then you've got all the patterns mixed in with it too. And if you don't want to see that, or you'll also have my author's colors, which are all dyed to order. And so if you're looking for just like in stock book themed, they're pretty much all sock sets or mostly, then that's where you will go. So I hope that is helpful, but, I won't be dyeing any of the past month's colorways again, at least not during, not for the foreseeable future. But you can grab these two. And I also have the listings up for the Shire for this month, for April. And the inspiration for that is Samwise Gamgee, who is my very favorite Hobbit. I think he's everybody's very favorite Hobbit because he's Sam. He's like the book character you would most want to marry, right? I mean, that's what I think. Like Aragorn, yes, awesome. But also a little too brooding for me. Like, give me Samwise. I think I'm married to Samwise, actually. Richard is pretty much a Samwise kind of guy. All right. That is everything that I have for shop news. Well, other than to say I still have listings up for Founding Mothers box set for the summer sock sets, as well as my listings for It's a Wonderful Life for my Christmas countdown box. So all the information for any of the yarns that I've talked about here, you can go to yarnbrary.com, except for It's a Wonderful Life. You'll want to look in the description box below and you will see a link to follow for that. That one is not listed on my website. Everything else is. Is there anything else I needed to talk about? Nope. I haven't been able to work on my little bag yet. All my fabrics are still sitting right here waiting for me. I haven't started a tank for Abby like I was going to do. I haven't really gotten to start a lot of things because I've just been like working and working out, which has been really good. I'm doing my grandma exercises. There's actually a retirement community that's just right here in my neighborhood, really close. And I know a lot of the ladies who live there, and I keep thinking, I want to go do their classes with them. They're all in their like 70s and 80s, and I want to go and do their classes. I don't think they'll let me. We'll see. Maybe they would. In the meantime, before I figure that out, I'm just doing my grandma exercises at home. Anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I hope that whatever you are doing this weekend, that it's filled with light and love and joy, and that you enjoy all of your making And for those of you who celebrate, I wish you the happiest of Easters, and I will talk to you all again very soon. Bye-bye.